Welcome back to the channel. Today is day number 3 of my IPAlooza as I try to learn and discover a little corner of the IPA world. So today is a beer from New Belgium Brewing, which is here in Colorado, Fort Collins, Colorado again, which is about, again, 20 miles from where I live. And so the word accumulation has some significance. This is actually a seasonal, what they call ski beer. So that term accumulation is referring to the snow accumulation up in the mountains as far as how it's going to contribute to the ski season. So it's a tribute to that, but it's also a tribute because it's a white IPA. I had never heard of a white IPA before because of the snow. So it's kind of a white, suppose I haven't opened it yet. I haven't had one. This would be the first time I've had one. Kind of a white gold color. And apparently it's a white IPA is kind of a combination between a Belgian style Witbier, so white beer, where they do like 50 malt, 50 wheat to give it that kind of a lighter body to it. So we'll see if that's the case. I'm really curious to see what the color of this is going to be, and I really hope that I'm going to like it. It is 6.2 ABV and 60 IBUs. So my second one on the last video, that was an Imperial IPA, which is kind of a amped up IPA. That was what, 9%, I think. But the IBU was 46, something like that. And as you know, if you're watching these, I'm doing them from lowest IBU to highest because I'm more of a malty beer kind of gal. And so I'm trying to experiment. Is it really the IBUs that I don't like about IPAs, or is it just the grain bill, right? So we'll see. This sounds really, really good. Let's see, what other notes do I have real quick here? So just a quick blurb from the website. Actually, it was a website about white IPAs, but it says it's a combination of the spiced Belgian-style Witbier and the bright, piney notes that an IPA can have. Wheat and hops from the Pacific Northwest is used, giving it a lighter body yet bitter. So now we're talking about Pacific Northwest. So does that make it a West Coast IPA? This particular one, but it's made here in Colorado. But that, I know West Coast is just a style, obviously. And also, like I said, it's supposed to have a white gold color and like supposed to taste and smell of peaches and a hint of citrus. Now that makes it sound like an East Coast IPA. So who knows? It doesn't really matter, right? If it tastes good, that's good. But it is fun to kind of learn about these things. Thank you to Bramhall Backroom Brewery for your wonderful comments on my first video, and that was a juicy IPA. You gave me so many. If you guys get a chance, go back and read his comments. So many great things from your experience about IPAs. I learned a lot from that. But when this talks about peaches and a hint of citrus, that sounds more like what I'm learning is a New England IPA or a juicy or a hazy, where you have that stone fruit and citrus. So who knows? There's a lot of crossovers. But anyways, let's go ahead and pop it open and see what we got. Maybe this time I won't make a mess everywhere if you watched my last one. And there's still a little bit left in here. Okay, so here it is. Got a nice head on it there. It's actually lasting. But look at the color. You know, it said like a white gold color. So that's the wheat that they use in there. So I love, it's like I said, it's a cross between a Belgian style Witbier and an American IPA. So check that out. That's a really beautiful color to that. All right, let me give it a smell here. The research I did said peaches and a hint of citrus. Let's see what we got. Wow, it smells really good. Now, again, this is interesting. This is 60 IBUs. And the last beer I did had, what I said, 45. And I couldn't get past the smell of hops to even really smell it that much. It wasn't my favorite one last time. But this, I can really smell. Now this reminds me, see, I'm trying to learn here. This reminds me of the first one I did, which was a juicy IPA. I'm not sure if I get peaches, but definitely a citrus. Maybe orange. Kind of a little bit of orange. We'll see if it tastes, there's a hint of the peaches, but it smells fabulous. All right, let's give it a try. Cheers. Wow. That is a fabulous beer. And so this is starting to prove to me that it's not necessarily the IBUs, which is supposed to be a measure of the bitterness, right? It's all in how it's done. Because this is a way higher IBU than even that first juicy IPA that I did. And I like that, but I like this even better than that. This is really good. And you know what? I can kind of taste kind of a peachy. I couldn't smell it, but I can kind of taste it. Definitely peachy, but also kind of citrusy. And you know what it reminds me of is I make a lot of my own herbal teas. Lemongrass. I don't know if you're familiar with what lemongrass is, but the citrus part on this reminds me of lemongrass, but you can a little bit of that hint of a peach with that too. So, wow. Well, I'm glad I'm going down this road because I'm finding, so I have found a juicy IPA that I like. This is a white IPA, which is supposed to be different than a juicy, although it has characteristics with that stone fruit in there and that citric, I don't know. So we'll see. And this is only 6.2 ABV. Excellent, excellent beer. All right. Anyways, thanks for watching, you guys, and I'll see you on the next one. So that'll be our fourth one. And I'm looking on my chart here. That's just a plain old, I think, American IPA that we're going to try. The last one will be a double IPA, which I learned that a double IPA and an imperial IPA are really the same thing. So, anyways, catch you on the next one. Cheers, you guys. Bye.